matuto! Hello everyone! Welcome back to Mom Shei's channel. So for this video, I'm going to give you illustrative examples on how to answer each learning task on your module. So let us begin with your learning task number 1. So your instruction there is to make each pair of radicals similar by reducing the radicand. So meron tayong mga given dyan na pair of radicals which if you notice, they are the similar radicals. So your task is to reduce the radicand in order to make them similar. So how we're going to do that? So, let us begin with the square root of 2. Ang square root of 2 ba ay simplest form na? Okay, yeah. So, hindi na natin to kailangan ibuuin. How about the square root of 18? Okay, so there are still factors of 18 that would make the radicand reduce. So, that is by getting one factor which is a perfect square. So, that is, correct, 9 times 2. Okay? So, square root of 9 times the square root of 2. Yung isa ay perfect square, which is the square root of 9. So, meaning to say, we can simplify it. Or we can extract the root. What is the square root of 9? Okay, so that is 3. So, we need to write 3 and then copy square root of 2. So, therefore, ang ating answer is square root of 2 and 3 square root of 2. So, parehas na sila. Or they are already similar radicals. Next, number 2. Number 2 natin given is cube root of 3 and cube root of 81. So again, we will make them similar radicals by reducing the radicand. Let us begin with cube root of 3. Ang cube root of 3 ba ay nakasimple sa form na? Okay, good. So how about cube root of 81? Let us think of a factor or factors of 81 in which one of them is a perfect cube root or perfect cube. Okay, ano kaya yung factors ng 81 na perfect cube ang isa? Okay, so let us begin with, di ba pinakita ko sa inyo yung ating mga perfect cube? It could be 1, 8, 27, okay, 64, and also 125, and so on and so forth. Now here, ano yung factors ng 81 doon? Is it 1? Okay, sulat natin dito. 1, we have 8, we have 27, and we have, what else? We have 64 for the fourth root. How about sa 5? 125, and so on and so forth. Madami pa yan, ano? Okay, so ito, pag kinuha natin ang cube root of 1, that is 1. Cube root of 8, that is 2. Cube root of 27, that is 3. Cube root of 64, that is 4. And cube root of 125 is 5. So, hanap tayo ng factors ng 81. Ang isa ay alinman dito sa mga sumusunod. Okay, so that is, or those are, 27 times 3. So, tama ba na ang 27 times 3 ay equal sa 81? Yes po. At if you notice, ang isa dito ay perfect cube, naririto. So, meaning to say, perfect cube yung ating 27. So, we can extract the roots. What is cube root of 27? Okay, that is 3. So, 3 cube root of 3. So, that is our final answer. So, kinopya lang natin yung cube root of 3. So, therefore, parehas na ba? Similar na ba yung ating radicals? Yes po. Kasi parehas na sila ng indices, parehas din sila ng radicand. So, therefore, ito na yung dalawang pair natin. We have cube root of 3 and 3 cube root of 3. Let us try number 3. Ang given natin sa number 3 is the square root of 45 and the square root of 20. Now, if you notice, yung dalawa nating given radicals ay parehas pwede nating isimplify. Okay? So, sa square root of 5, kunin natin ang factors niya in which one of them is a perfect square. So, 45. Okay, madali lang, di ba? That is 9 times 5. Alin siya ng perfect square? Okay, that is the square root of 9. So, what is the square root of 9? That is 3. So, extract the root of square root of 9, that is 3, and then copy square root of 5. So, ito na yung kanyang simplest form. How about the square root of 20? Ano yung factors ng 20 na ang isa ay perfect square? Ano-ano ba yung mga perfect square? Ano-ano yung mga perfect square? Okay, that is 1. What else? 1, square root of 1 is 1. How about sa 2? Ayan, that is 4. Kasi 4 times 4 is, 2 times 2 is 4. How about sa 3? 3 times 3? Okay, 9. How about 4 times 4? We have, we have 16. How about 5 times 5? We have 25, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, mga dalawang beses i-multiply, yan po yung mga yon sa kanilang sarili. So, therefore, ito yung mga perfect square. O, hanap tayo ng factors ng 20 na ang isa ay alinman sa mga sumusunod. Okay, alam kong nakuha nyo na yon, and that is, okay, so 4 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20. Ang isa ay perfect square. So, yun po yun. So, we have, we can extract now the roots. What is square root of 4? Okay, that is 2. And then copy is square root of 5. So, similar radicals na ba sila? Yes po. Parehas sila ng indices, parehas silang radical. So, therefore, these are the pairs of the similar radicals. Now, let us proceed with number 4. Number 4 natin given is 5th root of 2 and 5th root of 64. Ayan, 5 yung root natin or 5 yung index natin. So, therefore, 5 times na i-multiply sa sarili. Yun ang hahanapin natin. So, since ang given natin sa first radical is 5th root of 2, so naka-simplest form na siya. Let us proceed with this second root. Second radical. So, we have 5th root of 64. Ang 5th root of 64, yung 64, kunin natin yung factors na ang isa ay perfect fifth. Ibig sabihin, 5 beses i-multiply sa kanyang sarili. Ano-ano naman yung ating mga pwedeng maging factors? Ang 1, 5 beses i-multiply sa sarili, 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. How about yung sa 2 naman? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. What is that? 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8 times 2, 16 times 2. That is 32. Very good. Okay? Sorry sa aking handwriting. Medyo lito lang itong cursor natin. Sa 3. 3 times 3, 9 times 3, we have 27. Times 3, we have 81. And times 3, we have 243. So, therefore, ito pala ay 243 ang kasunod na. So, these are, and so on and so forth. So, these are the perfect fifth. Ito ay kapag 1 ang minultiply ng 5 beses. Ito ay kapag 2 ay minultiply ng 5 beses. At ito ay kapag 3 ay minultiply ng 5 beses. Now, pili kayo dyan ng isang factor ng ating 64. Okay, so that is definitely yung 32. So, ibig sabihin, ang factors ng 64 ay 32 and 2. 32 times 2 is equal to 64. And wherein, ang 32 ang ating perfect fifth. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung pwede nating i-extract or alisin na sa radical o sa loob ng radical. So, that is, what is 5th root of 32? Okay, that is 2. 2 ang sagot natin. Why? Kasi 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 32. 5 beses. So, that is, ang root natin o yung pinagmulan nito ay ang 2. Now, what will happen to 5th root of 2? Okay, we will just need to copy it. 5th root of 2. So, therefore, parehas na ba sila ng radicals? Yes po. So, therefore, ito yung ating pair of similar radicals. Okay? Okay, so let us have our next example. For our number 5, we have the square root of 27 and the square root of 48. So again, itong pair natin or dalawang radicals natin ay pwede nating i-simplify parehas. Now, since ang ating root ay 2, let us just think of the pair or the factors of 27 in which one of them is a perfect square. Ano po yung dalawang factors na yun? Okay, so those are 9 times 3. Ang perfect square dyan is 9. So we can extract the root of the square root of 9 and that is 3. So, and then we just need to copy square root of 3. So our answer is 3 is square root of 3. How about the square root of 48? Okay, so square root of 48 natin, ang factors niya na perfect square, ano-ano nga yun? We have 1, we have 4, we have 9, 16, okay, 25. Alin doon sa mga sumusunod ang factors ng 48 ng isa ay perfect square? Okay, so, yun po ay 16 times 3. Ang 16 ang ating perfect square. What is the square root of 16? That is 4, kapag in-extract. And then copy is square root of 3. So, therefore, ito yung pair natin of similar radicals. Okay, nakakahabol ba? Okay, good. So, let us proceed with the next example. Our given is 4th root of 48 and 4th root of 243. So, ayan. 4th root na, medyo malaki yung index natin or yung root. Now, balikan natin yung, anuhin ulit natin or ilist ulit natin, enumerate yung mga perfect fourth para makuha natin yung factors nila. Kapag 1, minultiply ng 4 na beses, that is 1. Ang 2, minultiply ng 4 na beses, 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8 times 2. Okay, that is 16. How about 3? 3 times 3, 9 times 3, 27 times 3. Okay, that is 81. Okay, and so on and so forth. Now, ito yung mga sample ng ating perfect fourth. Now, makakakuha na ba tayo dyan ng factors ni 48? Ang isa ay maalin dito? Okay, correct. So, that is 16. 16 times 3. Wherein, ang 16 ang ating perfect fourth. So, we can extract it. What is fourth root of 16? That is 2. Kasi, ito yung pinag-times natin ng 4 na beses para makuha si 16. Now, we will just need to copy again yung non-perfect. So, we have fourth root of 3. Our reduced radicand is 2 fourth root of 3. Now, how about fourth root of 243? Alin ba dyan ang factor ng ating factors ng 243 na ang isa ay maalin sa mga sumusunod? Okay, very good. So, that is 81 times 3. Kapag pinag-multiply natin ang 81 and 3, that will be equal to 243. At ang perfect dyan na fourth is 81. And that is, what is fourth root of 81? Okay, so that is 3. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, 4 na beses will be equal to 81. And then we just need to copy fourth root of 3. So, similar radicals na sila. Maliwanag ba? Okay, so this time, let us proceed with your learning task number 1, yung letter B. Sabi dyan, referring to each pair in letter A, do the following. So, ito yung apat na hanapin natin. Find the sum of each pair of radicals. Next, subtract the first radical from the second radical. Letter C, find the product of each pair of radicals. And letter D, divide the second radical by the first radical. So, dito, lahat ng ito ay gagawin natin sa bawat pair na nakuha natin sa ating letter A. Okay? So, para malinawan tayo dyan, I'm going to show you example. Here, doon sa letter A natin, ito yung naging sagot natin. Tama ba? Ayan. So, nakuha natin na ang pair natin ay square root of 2 and 3 square root of 2. So, this is the first radical. This is the second radical. So, following the task on letter B, yung una dyang task is to find the sum of each pair of radicals. Kukunin daw natin ang sum. Pag sinabing sum, meaning that is addition. So, kapag inad natin yan, that would be square root of 2 plus 3 square root of 2. Pinag-add natin yung dalawa. Okay? Now, we will just follow the procedure in performing addition of radicals. And that is by adding their coefficient and then copying their radicals, yung common radicals nila. So, what is the coefficient of this one? Okay, that is 1. So, ito naman ay 3. So, 1 plus 3 is square root of 2. Simplifying, 1 plus 3 is equal to 4 is square root of 2. So, therefore, this is the sum of the pair of our radicals. Okay? Next, letter B. Sa letter B, sabi dyan, subtract the first radical from the second radical. Ibig sabihin, yung first radical ang isusubtract natin sa second radical. Ibig sabihin, ayan po ang magiging itsura niyan. We have 3 square root of 2 minus square root of 2. Yung square root of 2 ang minus natin from 3 square root of 2. Now, performing again the operation, isusubtract lang natin ang coefficient and then copy the common radical. So, that would be 3 minus, may 1 ulit tayo doon, is square root of 2. And 3 minus 1 is equal to 2, then copy is square root of 2. So, our answer is 2 is square root of 2. Can you follow? Okay. Letter C. Ang task natin sa letter C is to find the product of each pair of radicals. Kukunin naman natin yung product nila. So, i-apply natin ang multiplication of radicals. So, that would be square root of 2 times 3 is square root of 2. Kapag nag-multiply naman tayo, syempre, iba't iba yan ang process. Pag nag-multiply naman tayo, we will multiply the coefficients by the coefficient and also radical to radical. So here, that is 1 times 3. So we have 3. And then square root of 2 times 2, that is 4. Nakuha? Okay. Next is to simplify. Ang square root of 4 ba is already in its simplest form? Okay, hindi pa po. Kasi square root of 4 is 4 is a perfect square. So therefore, we can extract the root. And okay, we will copy first yung 3 and then ang square root ng 4, extracting it will be equal to 2. So, imu-multiply natin siya sa coefficient na 3. Nawala na siya sa loob ng radical kasi na-extract na natin. Nakuha na natin yung root. Now, isimplify na lang natin to. We have 3 times 2 is equal to 6. So, therefore, this is the product of square root of 2 and 3 is square root of 2. Okay? Letter D. Divide the second radical by the first radical. Ayan. Sino ang i-divide natin? Yung second radical. Nino? Ng first radical. So, ibig sabihin, ang ating magiging equation or expression will be 3 square root of 2 divided by square root of 2. Okay? So, here, ilagay muna natin siya into fraction form. So, that would be 3 square root of 2 divided by square root of 2. Then, following the property for in dividing radicals, so, pwede nating pagsamahin yung square root of 2 tsaka yung square root of 2. So, that would be 3. Kinopya natin sa labas dahil nasa labas siya ng radical. And then, square root of 2 over 2. Okay? Then, simplify natin yung radical na 2 over 2. Alam naman natin that 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. So, square root of 1, kaya, di ba? So, that is 1. So, yung 1, i-multiply natin kay 3. And 3 times 1 is equal to 3. So, this is the quotient of 3 square root of 2 divided by square root of 2. Or, pwede naman, class, kapag parehas na sila ng pag parehas na sila ng radical, pwede naman natin yang i-cancel. So, ang natira na lang ay 3. Maliwanag? Okay. Now, for your learning task number 2, yung letter B, you need to perform the indicated operations. Express your answer in simplest radical form. So, lagi dapat nasa simplest form. So, how we're going to perform the indicated operations? So, i-try natin. Apply lang natin lahat ng natutunan natin. Now, this is subtraction, tama? So, kapag subtraction, sa coefficient tayo. So, we have negative 5. Okay, paltan lamang natin ng ng color. So, gawin natin puti. Okay, negative 5 minus 1. Kasi ang coefficient niya ay 1. Ano? So, ito yung ating coefficient. Then, copy is square root of 6. Okay? So, negative 5 minus 1, applying the loss of integers, we have our operations of integers. Negative 5 minus 1 is, okay, very good. That is negative 6. It's square root of 6. Okay? So, yan po yung ating final answer. Kasi, yung square root of 6 pwede pang i-simplify. Hindi na po. Therefore, this is our answer. Negative 6 is square root of 6. Now, let us proceed with the number 2. Negative 4 is square root of 5 plus 2 is square root of 5. So, ang ating operation dito ay addition. Just like subtraction, ganun din yung process. Kunin natin or i-add or i-subtract ang ating coefficient. At ang coefficient natin dito is negative 4 at saka plus what? Okay, plus 2. And then, what will happen to square root of 5? Yan, kukopyahin lamang po natin. Okay? So, we have, let us simplify. Negative 4 plus 2. Magkaiba ng sign. Anong gagawin? Isusubtract, then copy the sign of the larger number. Negative 4 plus 2 is, okay, 4 minus 2 is 2, and then copy larger number, that is negative 4. So, we have negative 2. And then, copy is square root of 5. Nakuha? Okay, so this is our answer. Negative 2 is square root of 5. So for the given number 3, we have negative 3 square root of 12 minus 3 square root of 12 minus 3 square root of 12. So meron tayong tatlong terms. Okay? So what are we going to do? So since ito ay subtraction lahat, ay apply ulit natin yung ating natutunan. So that would be negative 3. Okay, palitan ulit natin ng yan. So, that would be negative 3 minus negative 3. Pagpapasensyahan yung aking sulat, ha? Minus 3. Yan. So, that would be, since pare-pares yung ating radical, kokopyahin lamang natin siya. Okay? Now, isimplify natin. What is negative 3 minus 3? Negative 6. Negative 6 minus 3, that would be negative 9. Okay? Next, copy square root of 12. So, ito na ba yung ating final answer? Okay, hindi pa po. Since yung 12 natin na nasa loob ng radical can still simplify. So, ano po ang magiging factors ng 12 na ang isa ay perfect square? So, ulitin ko, ano nga yung mga perfect square? We have 1, we have 4, we have 9, we have 16, and also 25, and so on and so forth. Now, alin dyan ang factors or ang isang factor ng 12? Okay, that is 4 times 3. So, gagawin natin, ipa-factor muna natin si square root of 12 ng 4 times 3. Tama ba? Okay, 4 times 3. Ito po ay multiplication. Now, pwede na nating i-extract ang root. Ang root natin is, square root ng 4 is 2. Yung 2, ilalabas na natin. So, imumultiply natin kay negative 9. Okay? So, that would be negative 9 times, what is the square root of 4? Okay, that is 2. Times square root of 3. So, nasa loob na lamang ay si square root of 3. Bakit nawala na square root of 4? Ayun na po kasi yung 2. Okay? Na yan. Okay, so that would be equal to, simplify na natin. Negative 9 times 2, we have negative 18. Very good. Negative 18, then copy square root of 3. Okay? So, ito po yung ating final answer. We have negative 18 is square root of 3. So, for our fourth example, our given is a negative 4 is square root of 27 plus 4 is square root of 3 plus 4 square root of 45. So, how are we going to solve this? So, unahin natin yung unang terms. So, let us get the factors of 27 since pwede pa siyang i-simplify. So, we just need to copy 4 and then factors of 27, ang isa ay perfect square. Okay, so that would be 9 times, okay, 9 times 3. Okay, pagpasensyahan nyo ang sulat ni Ma'am, medyo wala lang tayong mouse. So, and then, how about the second term? We have 4 square root of 3. Ang square root of 3 ba ay already in its simplest form? Okay, yes po. So, ibig sabihin, we will just copy it. Okay? Next, we have, for our third term, we have 4 square root of 45. Ang radicand natin is 45. So, the factors of 45 are, na ang isa ay perfect square ay, yan. So, kinopya lang natin si 4 and then ang factors ng 45 ay, okay, we have 9 times. Okay, very good. So, we have 9 times 5. So, in this case, pwede na nating i-extract ang root ng mga perfect square. So, alin ba yung mga perfect square? So, ito po yan. So, what is the square root of 9? Okay, ang square root of 9 is equal to 3. So, ibig sabihin, imumultiply natin siya or pwede na natin siyang ilabas. Imumultiply natin siya sa ating coefficient na negative 4. So, ang natira na lang sa loob ng radical is, ayan, yung hindi natin perfect square, which is square root of 3. So, we're going to copy the second term since simplified na siya. So, we have 4 square root of 3. Okay, so next is, okay, the third term. We have 4 times, okay, ilalabas na ulit natin or i-extract na ulit natin ang ating roots. Square root of 9 is, okay, that is 3 because 3 times 3 is equal to 9. So therefore, ang natira na lang sa loob ng radical is, ayan, is 5. Ang 5 ay naka-simplest form na. So let us simplify. I-multiply lang natin yung mga coefficients. We have negative 4 times 12 is, okay, correct. We have negative 12. And then copy the square root of 3 plus, okay, kopyahin ulit natin yung ating, second term. We have 4 square root of 3. Okay, plus, how about this one? 4 times 3? Okay, we have 12. So, kokopyahin ulit natin si 12 and then square root of 5. Yun nasa loob. Now, let us perform the operation. So, since reduce na yung ating radicand, pwede na natin siyang i-add or i-subtract. So, take note that we can only combine like terms or yung similar radicals. So, alin dito yung similar radicals? Very good. So, ito po at saka ito. Okay? So, therefore, bakit sila similar? Pareha sila ng square root of 3. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung pwede nating i-perform. What is negative 12 plus 4? Okay, that would be negative 8. Very good. So, negative 8, and then, kokopyahin lamang natin si square root of 3. Plus, kopyahin natin yung third term, which is 12 square root of 5. So, pwede ba natin pagsamahin si negative 8 at saka si negative 8 square root of 3 plus 12 square root of 5? Okay, hindi po. Bakit? Kasi magkaiba sila ng radicand. So, meaning to say, this is already our final answer. We have negative 8 square root of 3 plus 12 square root of 5. Class, for our fifth example, our given is 3 6 root of 2 plus 2 6 root of 128 minus 6 root of 256. So, just like what we did sa ating mga example kanina, we're just going to get the factors of the radicand if there is. So, dito muna tayo mag-proceed sa 6 root of 2. Yung ating mga radicand 2 can still be reduced. Or may factors pa ba ang 2? Okay, wala na. So, in case like this, we're just going to copy it. Okay? So, we have 3 6 root of... Okay, so, pangit kong magsulat. Okay, plus, we have 2 6 root of 128. So, dito sa ating given na 128 ang ating radicand, Meron ba tayong factors ng 128? Okay. May factors ba ang 128 na sixth root or perfect sixth root? Okay. So, ano-ano ba yon? So, try natin yung 1. We have 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. Anim na beses. What would be the product? Okay, we have 1. How about 2? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So, what would be the product? Okay, kapag minultiply natin yon, ang magiging sagot ay 64. So, ang sixth root ng 64 is equal to 2. Okay? Ang sixth root ng 1 is equal to 1. Now, how about yung 3? 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, anim na beses. What would be the product? Okay, that would be 729. So, and so on and so forth. Now, dito, hanapin natin, baka may mga factors ang ating radicand. Sa 128, is there a factor ng 128 na ang isa ay 64 or 1 or 729? Okay, yes po, meron. And that would be if our radicand would be factor into 64 times what? Okay, times 2. Ang 64 times 2 class is 128. Ang perfect sixth root is 64. Okay? Next, dun sa ating third term. Our given is, ang radicand natin ay 256. Now, may factors ba ang 256 na ang isa ay perfect sixth root? Okay, meron po ulit. And that is, okay, 64. Kasi imposible namang maging 729 kasi lampas na siya sa 256. So, ang 64, kapag minultiply kanino? Okay, kapag minultiply natin ang 64 by 4, the answer would be 256. At ang 64 ay perfect sixth root. So, pwede ulit natin siyang ma-extract. Now, let us simplify by extracting the roots. Itong first term natin, kukopyahin lang natin. So, we have sixth root of, okay, of 2. Okay, pagpasensya na ulit ang sulat ni ma'am. Hindi siya maganda. Now, how about 2? Okay, kopyahin yung ating coefficient and then, ayan. So, sixth root of 64, pwede na natin siyang extract. What is sixth root of 64? Okay, we have 2. Ibig sabihin, yung 2, siya ang ating imumultiply sa ating coefficient. And then, we will just copy yung radical natin na nasa sixth root at ang ating natirang radicand, which is yung hindi perfect sixth root, and that would be 2. Okay, so kukopyahin lang natin yon. Next. So, 64, sixth root of 64 again. Okay, that is 2. Since wala siyang coefficient, kundi 1, wala tayong imumultiply. Now, we will just copy kung ano yung ating nasa loob. So, sixth root of 4. Okay, maliwanag ba yan? Maliwanag ba yung sulat ni ma'am? Okay. Now, i-simplify natin alin. Okay, so pwede pa natin i-simplify ang 2 times 2. So, our answer would be, we will just copy. Kokopyahin lamang natin. We have sixth root of 2. Okay, plus what is 2 times 2? Okay, we have 4. So, kokopyahin lang natin si 4 and then the sixth root of, okay, we have sixth root of 2 minus 2 sixth root of 4. Okay? So, sixth root ulit tayo dito. Now, since meron ba silang pare-parehas na radical or similar radicals? Kasi kapag meron pa tayong similar radicals, therefore, we can still simplify it by performing addition of radicals. So, meron ba? Yes po. Ito po at saka ito. Since parehas lamang sila ng radicals, sixth root of 2. Ito ay sixth root of 2. So, therefore, pwede natin siyang pagsamahin. Aadin lang natin ang ating coefficients. 3 plus 4 is, okay, we have 7. Next is, ano gagawin natin sa kanyang radical? Kokopyahin lamang po natin. At ang index nito ay 6. So, 6 root of 7 6 root of 2 minus, how about yung 2 6 root of 4? Okay. So, kokopyahin lamang ulit natin yun. Okay? So, therefore, this is our answer. Okay? So, we have, ito po ang answer natin. We have 7, 6 root of 2, minus 2, 6 root of 4. For our fifth example, our given is 3 6 root of 2 plus 2 6 root of 128 minus 6 root of 256. So in this case, we're going to perform yung mga pinag-aralan natin kanina. So here, we will just copy the first term since ang radicand natin is already in its simplest form. So that would be 3 6 root of 2. So kokopyahin lamang natin. Then how about the second term? So that would be positive or plus 2, yung coefficient kokopyahin muna. And since our radicand is 128, and as we all know, it is can still be reduced to its lowest term. Ano? So tingnan natin kung may factors pa ba ang 128 ng isa ay perfect 6. So that would be, so hanapin muna natin, ano-ano ba yung mga perfect 6th root? So that would be 1. Kasi 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is equal to 1. Tama ba? Okay, so yan yung una. At ang 6th root of 1 is 1. Tama? How about kapag 2 ang root natin? So we have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 6 na beses. That would be equal to 64. So ang 6th root ng 64 is equal to 2. Maliwanag? Okay, ito ay 2 kapag kinuha natin ng 6th root. Kapag kinuha natin ng 6th root ng 1, that would be 1. How about 3? 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So that would be equal to 729 kapag pinag-multiply natin. At ang 6th root ng 729 is equal to 3. Okay? Maliwanag? Now, hanapin natin dito, baka naman merong factors ang 128 na ang isa ay maalin kay 1, kay 64, kay 729, and so on and so forth. 128. Okay, pwede kayo diyang mag-trial and error. Ano, basta't hanapin nyo yung dalawang number na pag pinag-multiply, 128 ang sagot, at ang isa ay maalin sa mga ito. And those are 64, ang isa, times, very good, times 2. 64 times 2 is equal to 128. At isang perfect 6 natin ay ang 64. Now, how about itong third term natin? So that is, since walang coefficient, proceed na tayo dun sa kanyang radical symbol. Now, 256, hanapin ulit natin ang factors ng 256 na ang isa ay perfect 6. So that would be, okay, so 64 ulit. Ano? 64 times 4. 64 times 4 is equal to 256. So, kita naman natin na hindi na pwede yung 729 since 256 to mas mababa. Ano? Now, so ito na yon ay simplify na lamang natin or i-extract na natin yung roots ng mga perfect 6. Now, kopyahan ulit natin yung first term, 3 6 root of 2 plus, okay, saan galing si 2? Okay, yung isang 2, ito kinopya lamang at itong 2 na nasa loob ng parenthesis ay ang sagot na po or ang root when we extract 6th root of 64. Ang 6th root ng 64, sabi ko nga sa inyo, is 2. So, imumultiply natin siya sa coefficient or inilabas natin siya doon sa ating radical. Now, ano ang natira sa loob ng radical? Yes. Ang natira na lang po ay ang ito. Okay? So, we have square root of 2. 6th root of 2. Maliwanag? So, kokopyahin lamang po natin yon. Now, for the third term, we have 6th root of 64 times 4. Again, i-extract na ulit natin ang 6th root of 64. So, that would be, yan, negative or minus 2. Saan galing si 2? Kinuha po ang 6th root ng 64. So, ito po yun. Okay, maliwanag? Then, kopyahin ulit yung tira sa loob, which is 6th root of 4. Okay? Next. So, here, i-simplify lamang natin yung pwede natin i-simplify just like 2 times 2. So, dito, kopyahin ulit natin ang first term. And then 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Kopyahin si 6th root of 2 minus 2 is 6th root of 4. Okay? Next, tingnan natin if there are similar radicals that we can still combine. Ayan. So, dito, parehas yung radical or similar radicals natin ang 3 6th root of 2 and 4 6th root of 2. So, therefore, we can add them. Pwede natin pag-addin. Paano? Paano nga ulit mag-add ng coefficient? Okay. Add the coefficient, ito si 3 at saka si 4, and then copy the common, ayan, radical. So that would become 7, 6 root of 2, and then kopyahan again yung natira na hindi natin pwedeng isama sa kanila dahil similar na siya. So that is minus 3, 6 root of 4. So therefore, ayan na po ang ating sagot. Our final answer is 7, 6 root of 2 minus 3, 6 root of 4. Now let us try the sixth example. So we have cube root of 4 times cube root of 16. So this time, cube naman ang, multiplication naman ang ating operation. So this time, so we will apply the rules or the ways on multiplying radicals with, yan. So if you notice, our index or indices are the same. So with the same order or same indices. Okay? So here, paano ba tayo mag-multiply ng same indices? Okay, ganun, madali lamang. Kukopyahin lamang natin ang radicals and then multiply the radical. 4 times 16. So, ganyan lang po ang mangyayari dyan. Multiply lang 4 times 16. Now, let us multiply 4 times 16. That is equal to 64. And, tingnan natin kung pwede natin i-simplify si cube root of 64. Ayan, if you noticed, ang cube root of 64 ay exact po. And so, what is the cube root of 64? Meron bang isang number na pag minag-multiply natin by 3 times sa kanyang sarili will result sa 64? Okay, so that would be 4. Kasi 4 times 4 times 4, di ba 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is, ayan, 64. So, ibig sabihin, we can extract this into 4. Or pwede na nating alisin si 64 sa loob ng radicand by getting its root. And that root is equal to 4. Did you understand? Okay, that is for number 6. So let us try another. So ang given natin is 3 square root of 15 multiplied by square root of 6 plus square root of 5. Ayan. So if you notice, ito ay may binomial. Ang monomial multiplied to ay binomial. So, dito, i-apply lang natin ang distributive property in multiplying monomial to binomials. So, unahin natin ang 3 times, 3 square root of 15 times square root of 16. So, yan yun. Pinakita ko muna sa inyo. And then, 3 square root of 15 times positive square root of 5. So, ganyan po yan. So, magiging plus 3. Okay, i-multiply natin. Now, i-simplify natin by multiplying the two monomials. 3 square root of 15 times square root of 6. So, that would be, ayan, so 3 coefficient to coefficient, radicand to radicand. 3 times, meron pa ba dito? Coefficient, yes po, 1. Ano? So, 3 times 1 is 3. And then, 15 times 6, ito po yun. 15 times 6 kasi parehas silang radicand. Ayan, so ganyan po ang mangyayari. Next is, dito naman. I-multiply ulit natin. 3 times, okay, may 1 ulit doon. So, 3. And then, 15 times 5. Okay, maliwanag ba? Simplify natin. What is 15 times 6? So, that is equal to 90. Plus 3 times, okay, saan galing sa 75? That is 15 times 5. Ang 15 times 5 is equal to 75. Maliwanag? Now, hindi pa po yan ang final answer. As long as kaya natin i-simplify or i-reduce ang nasa loob ng radicand, i-reduce natin or i-simplify natin. Let us now get the factors of 90 na ang isa ay perfect square. Bakit square? Kasi po ang index natin or yung power natin or yung root natin is 2. So therefore, get the factors of 90 na ang isa ay perfect square. Ano-ano ba ang mga perfect square number? We have 1, we have 4, we have 9, we have, what else? We have 16, we have 25, we have 36, and so on and so forth. Maliwanag? So, dito, hanapin natin yung factors ng 90. Yung pinakamalaking factors ng 90 ng isa ay perfect square. Okay, so that would be 9 times 10. Ito po yung perfect square. Maliwanag? How about 75? Pili kayo dito ng isang factors ng 75 ng isa ay maalin dyan sa mga perfect square. Okay, that would be 25 times 3. Tama ba? Yung 25 ang ating perfect square. So, in this case, we can extract this perfect square numbers. So, extract na natin yung root. Yung sagot dito, imumultiply natin sa coefficient. So, that would be 3 times, what is square root of 9? That is 3. 3 is square root of 10. So, natira na lang sa loob ng radical is 10. Ganun din po ang gagawin natin dito. 3 times, what is the square root of 25? That is 5. So, 3 times 5 is square root of 3. Ayun na lang po ang natira dito, square root of 3. Maliwanag? Then, simplify lang natin. What is 3 times 3? 9. Then, copy square root of 10. 3 times 5, 15. Copy square root of 3. Pwede ba siyang pagsamahin? Pwede ba natin i-combine? Pwede ba? Okay, hindi po. Since they are dissimilar radicals o hindi sila magkatulad. So, therefore, this is already our final answer. Okay, class, let us try the number 8 example. So, our given is square root of 16 over 25. So, if notice, this is already a division of radicals, right? So, here, in order to perform the operation, unahin natin i-simplify yung square root of 16. So, kita naman natin that 16 is a perfect square number. Kasi 4 times 4 is equal to 16. Ibig sabihin, pag perfect square na siya, pwede natin siyang i-extract. So, this time, let us extract the square root of 16. And that would be equal to 4 over 25. So, nanggaling sa 25, kinopya lamang po natin. And this time, we will simplify it or get its lowest term kung kaya. Ang 4 over 25 ba ay pwedeng i-simplify? Or may lowest term pa ba? Okay, wala na po. So, ibig sabihin, ito ay already simplified. So, this is our answer, 4 over 25. Okay? Next, number 9. We have a square root of 2 over or divided by 4 is square root of 32. So, since quotient ito, pero ang radicand natin, itong radicand na 2 at saka 32 ay magkaiba pa. So, tingnan muna natin. Baka naman, there are factors of 32 na kaya natin para simplify, para maging magkaparehas na ang kanilang radicand. So, here, this will be equal to, we will get the factors of 32 ng isa ay perfect square. And that would be 16 times 2. Tama ba? Ang 16 ay perfect square. Tama? Okay, good. So, we need to say, yung square root of 16 ay pwede na nating extract. So, that would be equal to, what is the square root of 16? Yes, very good. That is 4. Kasi 4 times 4 is 16. So, therefore, yung 4, imumultiply natin dito sa ating sa ating coefficient, so numerical coefficient natin. So, that would be equal to 4. Ito yun, kinopya natin. And then, 4 times 4, ito yung square root of 16. And then, square root of 2. Yung 2 ay hindi na natin inilabas dito. Ano? Now, 4 times 4 is equal to 16. By simplifying it, so, magiging answer natin is square root of 2 over 16 is square root of 2. Since parehas na yung ating radicand, ating radicals rather, so pwede na natin itong i-cancel kasi square root of 2 divided by square root of 2 is equal to 1. So therefore, our answer is, pwede bang ang sagot na lang natin ay over 16? Wala yung numerator? Siyempre hindi, kasi meron naman ditong 1. So that would be 1 over 16. Okay, did you understand? Okay, so this is our answer. For our number 10 example, we have 4 cube root of 3 divided by cube root of 2. So, this time, parehas ulit. Parehas lamang yung ating indices. Ano? So, division of radicals tayo. Parehas tayo ng indices in which we have, So, 3, or cube root. Now, in simplifying this, apply natin yung ating sa quotient rule in which, pagsasamahin lamang natin yung ating radicand sa isang root. So, that would be equal to 4, kopyahin yung numerical coefficient, and then cube root of 3 over 2. Pinagsama na natin sa isa. So, in case like this, sabi nga natin sa rule in radicals, hindi daw po pwede na merong fraction sa loob ng ating radicals. So, hindi to po pwede. At hindi rin po pwede na may radical sa denominator. So, ibig sabihin, in order to simplify it, let us rationalize the denominator. So, yun lang yung paraan para ma-solve natin ito. So, rationalize in denominator means you need to multiply the denominator. Alin ba denominator natin? Okay, itong 2. Multiply the denominator by a number, any number na magpapa-perfect cube sa kanya. Since ang root natin ay 3, ano yung number na magpapa-cube sa kanya? So, alamin muna natin ano-ano yung mga perfect cube. So, we have 1. Sa 2, 2 times 2 times 2, we have 8. At sa 3, 3 times 3 times 3, we have 27. Sa 4, we have 4 times 4 times 4, we have 64. Ayan. So, yan yung mga perfect cube. Now, ano kaya ang pwede nating i-multiply kay 2 para siya ay maging 8 o 27 or 64? Doon tayo pipili sa pinakamaliit. Ano? So, para siya ay maging 8. Pwede, possible ba? Yes po, that is by multiplying both side by 4. Tama ba? 2 times 4 is equal to 8. So, magkakaroon na tayo ng perfect cube. Nakuha? Now, kung ano minultiply kay denominator, siya rin ay multiply kay numerator. So, kaya po yun ay 4. Now, i-multiply na natin or i-simplify. Pag sinimplify natin, numerator sa numerator, denominator sa denominator. Now, 3 times 4, we have? Okay, we have 12. 2 times 4, we have 8. Nakuha? So, this will be equal to, ayan, 4 cube root of 12 over 3. Saan galing si 3? Ayun po, ito pong ating denominator, since na-rationalize na natin at siya ay perfect cube, in-extract na natin or inilabas na natin sa loob ng radical. Kaya siya ay naging 3, dinivide na natin by 3. At ang natira na lang sa loob ng radical ay si 12. Nakuha? Si 12, pwede rin yung i-simplify. Kung meron pa tayong factors ni 12, ng isa ay perfect cube, pwede pa naman. So, meron bang factors ang 12? Ano-ano lang bang factors ng 12? 6 times 2, what else? Wala naman siya dito. 12 times 1, 4 times 3, wala siya dito. So, therefore, ito po ay naka-simplest form na. Nakuha? Okay, next number 11. We have a square root of 5 over 3 plus square root of 2. So, ang given natin, ang operation natin dito ay division, pero ang given natin ay, na denominator is a binomial. So, papaano yan? So, ang gagawin lamang natin, di ba, sabi ko sa inyo, kapag binomial, to rationalize it, kasi sabi, bawal daw magkaroon ng radical sa denominator. So, sabihin bawal to. In order to simplify it, alisin muna natin ang radical niya. So, papaano? That is by multiplying them or rationalizing the denominator by multiplying them by its conjugate. Naalala pa ang conjugate? Yes po. And that is, ayan, kung ito ay plus, yun ay minus. So, yun yung conjugate. Kung ano ang minultiply sa denominator, siya din ang imumultiply sa numerator. Maliwanag? Now, let us simplify this. So, that would be equal to, si numerator sa numerator, imumultiply. So, square root of 5 times 3 minus square root of 2. Imumultiply din itong dalawang binomial. So, that is 3 plus square root of 2 times 3 minus square root of 2. Nakuha? Now, i-simplify natin. Itong numerator muna. So, that is by applying the property or the distributive property, imumultiply natin sa square root of 5 by 3. And then, square root of 5 by negative square root of 3. Square root of 2. Nakuha? So, kaya po naging square root of 5 times 3 minus square root of 5 times square root of 2. Nakuha yon? Next, itong ating denominator, since yan ay example ng sum and difference of two terms, we just need to get the square of the first term, then subtract it to the square of the second term. So, ganun lang po yung technique doon. Now, i-simplify na natin. What is the square root of 5 times 3? We have 3 square root of 5. Minus, square root of 5 times square root of 3? 2. We have, yes, 5 times 2 is equal to 10. Now, yung denominator naman. So, 3 squared, ayan, kinopya ko lang muna dito. Saka natin simplify. Now, simplify natin. So, we have, what is 3 squared? We have 9. Square root of 2 quantity squared or squared and square root of 2. Makakancel natin si 2 at saka si radical or yung index natin. So, natira na lang ay si 2. Now, simplify natin. 9 minus 2 is equal to 7. Ang 3 square root of 5 minus square root of 10, kung kaya pa natin siyang i-simplify natin. May factors ba ang 10 ang isa ay perfect square? Okay, wala na kasi ang factors lang naman ng 10 ay 2 times 5 and 10 times 1. So, wala naman dong perfect square. So, let it be na, na kung pares, since ang radical nila ay magkaiba, hindi natin sila pwedeng pag-minusin. So, therefore, this is our final answer. We have 3 square root of 5 minus square root of 10 all over 7. Okay? Okay, class. So that would be all for the operations of radicals. So I hope nakatulong ang aking mga examples for you to answer your learning task. Let it be your guide while you are answering and studying at home. Thank you so much, my dear students. Keep on liking and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell for more weekly updates. Goodbye!
So this is the end of my video tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot. So please don't forget to subscribe for more video updates.